So I've had an annoying problem with this in one of my upstairs bathrooms, and the problem specifically is that you flush the toilet and the lever stays down. Lever staying down means that it keeps running and obviously you waste water. So if someone uses your bathroom and doesn't know to raise it back up, you end up doing that. Now, I've made adjustments to the chain and done other things like clean up the crud to make sure that it will function, and that worked for a while, but already, as you can see, it's not coming up as much as it should. Recently at Lowe's, I found this toilet lever. It's made by a company called Korky, and it's pretty interesting because the three sections are held together by these clips, and the lever itself actually is spring-loaded. So it kind of goes up on its own, which is pretty neat. I used it upstairs and it solved the issue, and I'm gonna install one here, and I figured this might be useful to someone, so I'm going to go ahead and film the process. Part of the process is pretty obvious. You have to take the lid off the tank of your toilet. Take it off, flip it over. Now you can see inside. I gotta move the camera so you guys can see. Obviously I've closed the water to the toilet. Never mind the noise in the background. My nanny and my son are over there and he's eating, he's having a blast. So these things that hold the toilet lever on are always reverse thread. So what you want to do is turn it the direction you would normally tighten something, which is clockwise. Alright, that removes that. You want to undo your chain. It's usually like a little clip that you just kind of finagle. That's that. Leave it hanging somewhere, and this thing usually can just come out. Alright, so let's get rid of this old crappy lever, throw it right in the trash where it belongs. Now we'll come in with our new lever and lock that, and again this is reverse thread. You'll notice that there's a little square shape that matches the square shaped hole here. Right, you can mount this whatever angle you want, but I happen to like the traditional, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, and remember, reverse thread means we gotta go counterclockwise. Thread that on, so it's nice and tight. And now I have a lever that auto reverses. Now, the next piece, the secondary piece, comes in like that, and they want you to put it at a 30-degree angle to the top. So that's about that. That's right there. It has a few little slots so that you can index it. Then you'll go ahead and you'll add the last component that goes here, and you can hang the chain to it. Let's try to have that chain so that it doesn't have too much slack on it. I want a little bit, but not a lot. Alright, so just looking at this, I'll leave it as is. I'll have a lot of slack. So I'm gonna grab a link by there and see if that's sufficient. That's too tight, so I need to come up a link, I guess. Alright, you want the rubber flapper to be seated. So let's see. Go through this length down here, and I want to be on the next one up, which is this one. Then once I'm there, that ought to be where I want to be. Okay. So that's about where I want to be. Let's put water on. Make sure it's sealing. Yeah, it's sealed. The chain's pretty taut. It's actually by Korky as well. This mechanism I swapped out from the original one. Let's see. It takes a while for this damn thing to fill up. Maybe you can make adjustments there to reduce how long it takes till it stops filling. Okay, we're full now. Let's try flush. The lever goes back up and it seals, but I don't think that was a full flush. Oh, the chain came out, no wonder. That's an interesting turn of events. Happy with the position of this stuff, so let me put the clips on that and then just adjust. That keeps the sections from coming apart. Little retaining clips. Right. Let's just do the chain. Going so it fills up. Okay, and then flush. That's not a full flush. So it's coming up, coming down too quick. That's not what I want. But then here, I'm not fully sealed, am I? I think I am, actually. See how that goes. It's much easier upstairs. I don't like this mechanism. So Korky gets a plus for making a good lever. They don't get a plus for their internal mechanism. That's draining, for sure. I hear it draining. It's not supposed to be draining. There's nice because we're taut, but we're not draining. It seals too damn quick. Okay, but they're flushed. Dry up the top of this toilet real quick. See how we feel about it. And it looks like it's flushing with a very small amount of water. Right, because we're not filling so much. Let's try that. That didn't flush. I don't like that one bit. So, the lever is doing its thing. The mechanism's a little crummy. We gotta make some adjustments there. Maybe I need more slack on this, but it comes down so quick. That's the problem. I'm putting one link up. I'm doing that now. It has more slack, so I would hope it floats a little longer, but I've noticed my other one has a float on the chain, which this one does not have, and that would probably help because it would keep that flapper up long enough for the flush to happen. When push comes to shove, I gotta go get one of those floaters, but I mean, if not, I could just hold the lever a little longer. Okay, there's stop. That lever just goes down way too quick. That flapper goes down way too quick. It's not even the lever's fault, because it's got plenty of slack. doesn't stay up long enough. Okay, so I'm gonna have to probably go see if I can buy the little floating mechanism, and that will resolve the issue so that it flushes when it's supposed to, and then I'll have my maid wipe the top with some bleach. I'll have the cleaning lady wipe the top of that with bleach because it's got some mildew buildup in there. Yeah, there's the mechanism. I'll show you guys the upstairs one so you see how it runs, because this one did not cooperate. So we're in my upstairs bathroom now, and you can see that I have the same Korky lever installed on this toilet. This is the guest bathroom, I guess you would call it, on the second floor. It's not the master. So if I hit this, you'll see comes up right away, flushes perfectly, and really the difference is you'll see that there's a float on the chain, and I'll show you guys that now. So as you can see, this chain has a little float on it. So when I do this, it holds it floating until the water level drops, and that guarantees me a nice flush. So I'm gonna have to get one of those for the chain down there to make sure that it flushes the way it's supposed to. Alright, so I'm gonna have to go take a quick trip to the hardware store to get one of those little chain floats and resolve my issue with the lower toilet, but that pretty much covers the process of changing out the lever and getting a lever that works much better. So unfortunately downstairs I kind of went from one problem to another, where it doesn't stay running now, but it doesn't fully flush unless you hold the lever. So once I have that float, that should have resolved the issue. I'm gonna go do that for you guys' purposes. You've learned what you need to learn from this video. Make sure you have a float on your chain, I guess. If this video is of value to you, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you see when I post up another one. If you have any feedback or comments, questions, etc., feel free to leave that in the comment section. And as always, thank you guys for watching.